As in the previous video, I am currently outside the Four Ways station. And we will be going over everything in the recently released Metro update today, including the new stations and trains. But first, we will start our video by explaining the network's operation, what has changed, the new trains and stations, as well as the good and the bad. Now let us get started. The first thing we need to look at is where the Metro is serving and what happened to connect. We'll start with Willowfield, where Metro now occupy the triangle that Connect once owned. The Metro runs from the top of Willowfield and down to Stepford Victoria. Connect trains must pass through Stepford Central and Willowfield instead of running directly between Willowfield and Stepford Victoria. A new station, called Four Ways, has been placed between Stepford Central and Stepford East in the centre of the updated map. High Street is now only operated by Metro and is underground, and the connecting platforms have been abandoned, forcing connecting trains to pass the station. To the north, one branch goes to Stepford UFC. The Benton and Morganstown branches have been created from the St Helens Bridge metro area. Trains can now continue in the opposite direction, stopping at Coxley Newtown and Barton, thanks to the new Barton Loop line, which connects Bowden with Ellesmere Junction. Finally, Metro trains will be able to use the Waterline tracks to reach Morganstown via Port Benton using a battery track. That's all there is to say about the network and what has happened to Connect. I hope everything I said was clear to you. How about we take a closer look at the new stations? I believe that these stations may be the most attractive and well designed in SCR, if not the best. Now that I'm at Four Ways, I must admit that I truly like the new Metro style entrances. This is a Metro, after all. I am currently at the four-way platforms. The green looks great for the station, and I like the pillars, so it doesn't look too bad after all. Oh, to my surprise, a Class 756 is arriving to the platform. It looks really cool. Too bad we aren't reviewing the train. Yet. Let's move on to our next station, Coxley Newtown. This is basically a glow up from the previous Metro station branding. It looks way better in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. The platforms also look nice, with pillars on the roof to let in some sunlight, like Shadwell Station in London. Barton is the last new station we'll look at. It features a few shops and a very pleasant and welcoming entrance. I think most SCR shops would be better if they had interiors. Well, let's go to the platform. It's just your typical two-platform station, nothing fancy, but it's nice. The station is positioned in a loop to connect Coxley, Newtown, and Barton. If you watched my recent Metro Theory videos, I was exploring the construction at a few stations. If I spawned at Ellesmere Junction and walked between the middle, you would see a huge box of construction, which is Barton. I was correct. Barton is located nearly between Ellesmere Junction and Berrily. Let's move on to the brand new trains. The first one is a Class 717, which has been moved from Stepford Connect to Metro. This train is free to drive and has 6 cars, maxing out at 85 miles per hour, making it the fastest Metro train. Next we have the 777. The cost of the train is 2,250 points. It's probably my favorite train right now. It is able to have a double variant. It is able to go up to 75 miles per hour. Next we have the Class 555, the cost of the train is 1,500 points and it's the slowest train in the game and also has a double variant making it 10 cars. Finally we have the Class 756 and it costs 2,750 points and can go the same speed as the 777. This train comes in a -0 variant with 2 coaches or the -1 variant with 4 coaches. That's it for most of the update. Let's move on to the good and the bad. So first off, I just want to say that Metro is actually a pretty solid take on what a real-life Metro would look like. Yeah, there are definitely a few choices I don't totally agree with, but overall, the way the network is built really does feel like an actual Metro system. Trains usually kick off or pass through the city center tunnel, stopping often at underground stations, with constant back-to-back services. It really gives off that busy, urban transport vibe. Then, as you move out toward the suburbs, places like Barton and Berrily, you start to notice the stations getting less services. It's honestly a pretty accurate reflection of how most real-world metro systems are laid out. Now, let's talk about the new metro trains, because wow, these things are seriously impressive. They might just be the most detailed trains in all of SCR right now. The interiors, the cabs, everything looks super realistic. It's getting really close to the level of detail you'd see in British Railways trains, which says a lot. Alright, now onto the not so great stuff. Let's start with the train selection. It's actually not terrible. You've got the Class 555, 777, 717, and 756. But here's where it kind of falls apart. The 756 is diesel only, which makes absolutely no sense for a system with underground routes. Like, who thought a diesel train would be a good fit for tunnels? But honestly, the weirdest part of this whole update is the route selection. This is supposed to be a metro, you know, something that's focused around the Stepford zone, branching out into places like Benton and Morgantown, but somehow it goes over the Morgantown shuttle. Now, before we end the video, I've got a few small opinions and stuff that SCR should probably add or staff to make Metro better. There's no echo in the tunnels. Like, none. You don't get that nice reverb from announcements or train horns underground, it all just sounds flat. And weirdly, you can hear the sounds from above ground while you're underground, which is pretty weird. This is SCR after all. Oh, and only 3 new stations were added. For a system that's meant to sort of loop around urban zones, why are we going out to places like Coxley? Coxley New Town exists for a reason, yet there's still no kind of access tunnels or proper metro integration. Either way, this is a decent update. It just feels a bit underwhelming, as if Metro is just a replacement of Connect, if you get what I'm saying, a copy and paste. But yeah, this is a really good update. What do you guys think of the update? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I will see you next time. Goodbye.